Would you like to see dividend growth investing in action? Did you know that you might have received a pay raise for doing absolutely nothing? Want to know more about 3 companies that recently announced dividend increases? Then you have to check out today's video.
He is a best-selling author.
30-year-old Jason Fieber has a plan.
This guy retired at only 33 years old.
I don't know if I know too many people that have accomplished something like that.
He's really kind of a guru when it comes to passive income.
Before I get into today's content, please give us a big thumbs up if you find value in our videos. Helps us to get the word out and grow the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Dividend growth investing has positively and radically changed my life. Following this investment strategy helped me to retire in my early 30s. At its core, it's an intuitive strategy. Only a great business can consistently grow its profit year in and year out for decades on end. And what better proof of that growing profit than growing cash dividends? Best of all, growing cash dividends make for an amazing source of totally passive income. Well, I'm here to show you dividend growth investing in action. 3 businesses recently increased the amount of dividends they're paying out to their shareholders, and I've covered all 3 of these stocks here at the channel. The increased amount of these dividends mean that shareholders who are living off of dividends now have even more passive income to keep up with the rising costs of things like housing and food. And what did shareholders have to do in order to receive these pay raises? Absolutely nothing. That's what's beautiful about it. Let's dig in. The first stock I want to tell you about is Avista Corp, stock ticker AVA. Avista just increased their dividend by 4.3%. This is the 19th consecutive year in which Avista has increased its dividend. This Pacific Northwest utility is heavily invested into renewable energy sources. Over half of their electricity generation comes from hydro. This puts them in a great position in terms of its investment appeal, carbon footprint, and regulatory standing. We did a video back in July going over Avista and why I was investing in this utility for the long term. The stock was priced lower back then, but I still think it's highly worthy of investment here. The second stock I want to highlight is Gilead Sciences Inc., stock ticker GILD. Gilead Sciences recently announced a 4.4% dividend increase. This marks their 7th consecutive year of dividend increases. We put together a video back in November showing why this stock is worth over $70 a share. The stock was priced around $60 then. It's now coming up on $70. Now, this dividend increase came in just slightly below my long-term dividend growth rate estimate of 5%. But when I perform a dividend discount model analysis, I'm estimating a long-term average of growth. This healthcare giant is still not fully priced here. So if you didn't buy before, the opportunity hasn't totally passed you by. The third stock is Prudential Financial Inc., stock ticker PRU. Prudential Financial just handed out a pay raise to their shareholders via a 4.5% dividend increase. They've now increased their dividend for 13 consecutive years. This stock got absolutely crushed during the pandemic swoon. Our video back in September noted the opportunity on this stock when it was still in the $60 range. In our video, I valued this stock using a 3% long-term dividend growth rate. I did note that that was a conservative number, and the stock is already running ahead of that. The insurer and asset manager has recovered some, with the stock now around the $80 mark. But since I think the stock is worth over $80 a share, and since the stock yields 5.5% even after some recovery, there's still value and income to be had here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give us a like if you did, and let us know in the comments what you think about these dividend raises. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on new content. Also, take a look at the description box below for some important links, including a link to my personal stock portfolio. This 6-figure portfolio, which I call the Fire Fund, generates enough passive dividend income for me to live off of. It allowed me to retire in my early 30s. I've made my portfolio entirely accessible over a Patreon, and I also post alerts there whenever I buy or sell a stock. I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm often invested in the same high-quality dividend growth stocks that I make videos on. Over the years, I've heard from thousands of investors who have been profiting from many of the same exact stocks that I own. So if you think this is something that you could benefit from as well, check the link in the description to see my portfolio and start getting my buy and sell alerts. I'll see you next time.